Today it's time to take my Durafly Slowpoke for another flight. I mean, this is just a really fun RC airplane to fly, so let's head outside and fly this Slowpoke. Today it's quite windy, so this Slowpoke will probably just be kicked around in the air. The Slowpoke is a really agile RC airplane. I have put a little bit of reduced rates on mine and lots of expo just to have it flying the way I want to fly it, but you can make so really nice tight turns with this RC airplane. It's also really visible with the stripes and the wing. Overall, I would say that this is a fantastic and fun RC airplane to fly, and it looks just the part as well. It's an odd and peculiar RC airplane, but I surely dig it.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
So you can fly this one like an RV7 then from E-flite. Just push it around in the sky. Doesn't really matter how you jank the stick, it just keeps up with you. So it doesn't really have any bad flying behavior. It's also really floaty RC airplane, so when you're about to land, maybe the biggest hurdle is just to get it down, because you just want to keep on floating. When I first purchased the E-flite Commander MPD, I thought that it would be more or less like this Slowpoke then, but they are, although they share the kind of same size and a little bit of design also, I think they fly very different. Because there's something about this one that's really agile, and in comparison you can certainly do agile things with the Commander, but it's also a more, I would say, gentle RC airplane to fly. And that's why I probably would say that this one flies more like the RV7 than it does the Flight Commander. And I've seen many users of this RC airplane having a problem with when it comes to land, and I can surely concur that when you have, especially like the stock wheels are really hard. I put on turbo timber wheels on mine because on one hard landing, one of the wheels the plastic just broke. So with these wheels, I do have a much better ground handling. And quite often Hobby King do have sale on this Slowpoke also, so I think it's a good purchase in that it doesn't cost too much. It's also a P&P version, so of course you have to provide your own receiver, and if you're confident flying, you could just purchase one of theirs like orange RX receivers, which are really inexpensive, and in my experience the receivers at least have been working just fine.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
If I would continue to compare this one to the Flight Commander MPD, then I really enjoy to fly the Commander inverted. It's just a fantastic flying RC airplane. You can do lots of things, but I'm not too fond of flying the Slowpoke inverted. I think it doesn't behave as good as the Commander then. So that's why I'm not doing inverted today. I more just like to push this one around. Especially like when you can make these really tight turns. It's really effective rudder. In some planes, when you have a rudder, they just dip and kind of stall right away. But this Slowpoke does have really nice behavior when you
remaining 1 minute.
use the rudder effectively. It's time to start thinking of getting this one down. The wind is kind of tricky. So I'm just trying to figure out which direction is the best way to land. I don't have a flag with me today. So it appears I really have to go, facing away from me to land, which is not my usual landing direction, but let's get this one down then. I really dig this design on this RS airplane. I think the wing wires and the pilot and the kind of odd shape of the wings and engine details. I think this is just an interesting looking RS airplane, and it's just super fun to fly. You can go quite speedy, and what I like also is that even when you go like full power, it isn't really a noisy RS airplane. It's really well balanced prop. So it's really pleasing sound from this RS airplane, and you do get off so easy. It's like when you just start to roll this wing, want to lift, and when you're about to land, usually if you have like it's a slight wind, you can more or less just face the wind and kill the throttle and go down in a nice way. So it does like to glide very much. You don't need much power, and then maybe just before you touch down, you have a little bit of throttle, and then you're down in a good way. But I've also broken the landing gears on this one, so I've replaced the landing gears then with these wheels, which comes from an E-Fly Turbo Timber, and these are softer, and this wheels has actually just helped me a lot because it doesn't bounce as much as it did with the stock wheels, because the stock wheels are really hard plastic. So that's the modification I done on mine. I think that just works fantastic. It's just a fun plane, and it looks great when it flies. So I really dig this Slowpoke from Durafly.